Welcome to the Tea with the Masters podcast. I am Instructor Ma, here to tell you about today's show. Today's show features some of the world's leading martial arts experts, the scholar, author, speaker, mentor, business coach, and president of the USA Hapkido Union, Grandmaster Richard Hackworth. Visit his page at usahapkidounion.org. This show is sponsored by worldmartialartsmedia.com, the world's leader in martial arts education, information, and entertainment. We invite you to like and share this video with your friends, and subscribe to this channel so that you never miss an exciting episode. Now let's get on with the show.
Hello, I am Richard Hackworth, and today I would like to share with you 7 life lessons to maximize your life. Lesson 1, do not react. Respond. Much of our lives are spent in reaction to others and events around us. We react without giving it a second thought. It's a gut reaction, fueled mainly by fear and insecurities. There will always be external events that bother us. Be mindful, pause, then consider a thoughtful, compassionate response. Lesson 2, you can't find happiness without meaningful purpose. Some of the greatest moments in life include figuring out your purpose. It gives birth to clarity and self-discipline. Without purpose, the happiness equation is incomplete. Happiness equals sign health plus family plus purpose plus financial freedom. Lesson 3, everything takes time. It takes time to become who you want to become, to learn deep focus and mindfulness, to find a meaningful purpose, to be at peace with yourself. Lesson 4, read, write, and meditate. Your mind is your greatest asset. Being wealthy, being smart, being confident, they all involve peace of mind. Read to expand the mind, write to clarify the mind, meditate to heal the mind. Lesson 5, remember your death. We are all aware of death, yet we tend to ignore it or deny it. Once you acknowledge your mortality, you can truly start to appreciate your daily life. No more fear once you have accepted the inevitable. Anger, jealousy, and greed are all replaced by kindness and compassion. Lesson 6, efforts beat unfocused talent. Consistency of effort beats unfocused talent. You only need to be right once, and it somehow often happens after a decade of effort. Be impatient with your efforts. Be patient with your growth. Lesson 7, the equation of life. The equation of life includes thinking and acting long term. Love comes from long-term relationships. Health comes from long-term good habits. Wealth comes from long-term investments. Peace comes from long-term self-reflection. Talent comes from long-term focused efforts. In our next segment, I would like to tell you how to become an unforgettable martial arts teacher. Become an unforgettable teacher. If you want your students to become lifelong martial artists, then the first step is for you to become an unforgettable teacher, the kind of teacher that people want to stay with for years. At our school, we have students that have been with us for 3 decades. In our children's classes, we have the children of people who were in our children's class when they were kids. Here are 6 suggestions on how to become an unforgettable teacher. Number 1, it's hard to be unforgettable while still trying to look good. That is why daily practice of your martial arts skills is important. Being unforgettable has everything to do with serving at a level so high that people feel like they must change their lives because they crossed your path. When they see that you walk your talk and you do daily practice like what you're telling them to do, they will admire you and follow your example. Number 2, no matter your past, you were given a voice, and it was not given to keep to yourself, but to use every experience that happened in your life as the fuel to use it. When you share with your students that you made mistakes at their level too, it makes it easier to forgive themselves and not feel so frustrated when they struggle with their training. Number 3, humans are built to serve. If you're not happy, it is because you do not feel like you are serving people, and that is the path down to anxiety, stress, depression, and even suicide. The best way to lift yourself up as a teacher is by uplifting others through your high-quality teaching and mentoring. Number 4, to serve out at a higher level, figure out your single most important core value. You don't have to worry about it being perfect. Just pinpoint what single word is important to you, what word drives you and motivates you to be your best as a teacher and martial artist. And then share that with your students so that they understand your personal philosophy. It will help guide them. Number 5, your why is your purpose, and your purpose comes from your pain. Deep fulfillment will arrive in your life from helping the people who currently or who you used to be, your target audience for new students, or people who are where you were in the beginning, because you can like their path to a better future. You can help them live longer, stronger, safer, and happier lives through the martial arts lifestyle. Number 6, when I don't know how to do something, I try to model success, like who has done this thing before successfully, and how I can learn from them instead of having to reinvent the wheel every time. This is why it is important for us as teachers to have our own coaches and mentors guiding our way. And then you pay it forward by passing those teachings and new experiences to your students.
Hello, I am Instructor Ma, a 3rd degree black belt in the Korean self-defense art of Hapkido, and a 2nd Dan in traditional Taekwondo. I am a martial arts instructor, professional sports and fitness model, and full-time nursing student. I have the honor of being the World Martial Arts Congress Language, Culture, and Leadership Development teacher. You can learn more at www.worldmartialartscongress.cn. Follow us at www.facebook.com/worldmartialartscongress. I am here today to give you an introduction to Chinese martial arts. Throughout the world, Chinese martial arts are well known and well respected. China is a pioneer to martial arts, founding several excellent styles. Although Kung Fu is the most well-known Chinese martial art, there are others that are just as good. Below, we will look at some of the other Chinese martial arts that aren't as well known as Kung Fu. Xing Ai. This is one of the internal styles of Kung Fu, very closely in relation to Tai Chi. It teaches students to subordinate their bodies, creating powerful movements with very little expensive energy. Xing Ai isn't well known about, although it is very powerful and well known throughout China. The United States and other areas aren't that familiar with it, with little to no schools or dojos out there that teach it. Just like Tai Chi, Xing Ai has deep roots in Chinese medicine and the Chinese perceptions of nature. The blows that come from Xing Ai come from the 5 elements of the Chinese: metal, fire, earth, water, and wood. Like other forms that originate from Kung Fu, Xing Ai offers complex, dance-like movements that are adapted from the way animals react and move. Due to the training being so demanding and rigorous, and the breathing exercises being so demanding, those who practice this martial art have astounding physical skills and amazing endurance. Tai Chi. To those who live outside of China, Tai Chi resembles more of a dance. The slow and calm movements it teaches are balanced and exact, performed while the stylist is in a deep state of relaxation. While in this deep state of relaxation, the stylist will be fully aware of what he is doing and his movements, although he will appear to those around him to be asleep. Tai Chi is an energy exercise that promotes strength, stamina, and flexibility. By using the deep state of relaxation, Tai Chi enables stylists to benefit emotionally and spiritually as well. Tai Chi also uses deep states of mediation as well, helping stylists to learn how to reach their high level of peace. Chinese martial arts. Even though Kung Fu is the best martial art in China, there are many different forms and styles that originate from it. There is the Shaolin style as well, which offers several different styles of Kung Fu as well, including the world-famous 5 Animals system. The 5 Animals system is among the most popular in China and well known around the world for their devastating techniques and amazing power when used in combat. Along with Kung Fu, both Xing Ai and Tai Chi are great martial arts that help with endurance training and flexibility. A lot of Kung Fu students in China choose to study one of these arts as well, as it helps to add to their physical and emotional power. Students who study Tai Chi or Xing Ai, as well as Kung Fu, have a higher state of endurance and spirituality that simply cannot be matched. All around the world, China is well known for martial arts. China brought Kung Fu and Tai Chi to the world, which is something we are all thankful for. Even though Japan offers their unique blend of martial arts, many consider China to be the founding father of martial arts. The Chinese have been using martial arts for hundreds of years, providing just how dominant it can be as a means of self-defense and a way to live your life in a peaceful manner.
Comparison is the thief of joy. 3 reasons to stop comparing yourself to others. As a martial arts teacher, I constantly remind myself to focus on the individual student's progress instead of comparing them to others. This way I can help each student move toward their own maximum potential. I became painfully aware of comparison when I was about 8. I came home from school one day and innocently asked my mother if I was the best. At school, we had been learning about comparative words like better and best, and I wondered if I was the best at something, maybe sports or reading or spelling. My wise mother calmly replied, "You'll never be the best at anything. The world is a big place with millions of people. It's impossible to be the best. Just do your best and you'll be fine." I subscribe to several newsletters for teachers, and I was recently reminded of this conversation after reading about the tragic increase in suicide rates at highly competitive colleges. Smart, popular, accomplished young people from loving families are taking their own lives in unprecedented numbers, a pattern that some experts attribute to the drive to be the best, a tall if not impossible order when surrounded by other ambitious high achievers. These same types of comparisons and pressures are felt by martial arts students who are trying to master a particular set of skills or forms. Suicide is highly complex and can never be attributed to a single cause, although depression is almost always an underlying factor. College mental health experts directly attribute much of modern young adults' malaise to consequences of social comparison, comparing one's own accomplishments, looks, athletic prowess, school grades, or popularity to their classmates and feeling that they're coming up short, often with devastating consequences. That is why we must strive daily to encourage students to reach their potential and congratulate them on each step of progress. It's not just college students who compare themselves to others. In the martial arts community, I know that most of us have compared ourselves to a friend, colleague, or even a celebrity in a quest to figure out how we're doing. It's hard not to do when magazine articles celebrate the top 40 under 40 and yoga clothing catalogs showcase images of CEO moms who build orphanages in their spare time. It's hard for our own lives to shine in comparison. That is why sincere praise is so helpful in building the self-esteem of students, which in turn leads to a powerful sense of confidence. Can we wean ourselves from social comparison? It's easier said than done. Some psychologists, most notably Leon Festinger, believe that our desire to compare ourselves to others is a drive, one almost as powerful as thirst or hunger. While comparisons can be informative, they're almost always discouraging because someone's always going to end up on the bottom. My mentor, General Chu, is not a social psychologist, but he knows that the desire to top others is an exercise in futility. That is why his focus with my training has been to seek self-improvement. A better way to figure out how am I doing might be to compare ourselves today to where we were in the past or to where we want to be in the future. For students, this is accomplished through the color belt ranking system that we use. Here are 3 reasons why using social comparisons is wrong. Others' so-called perfection is an illusion. The glorious vacations, the enviable professional accomplishments, the perfect children, and spouses we see on our friends' Facebook pages are just one sliver of their real lives. It's the truth, but not the whole truth and nothing but the truth. A friend may proudly announce the publication of their new novel, but conceal the 12 rejections their manuscript received before being published. We may envy the smiling, suntanned family we see on a tropical vacation, although we're not privy to the fact that the 30 seconds of smiling came after 3 hours of squabbling and sniping. If we knew others' whole truths, we might not feel so inadequate when comparing ourselves to their carefully crafted public images of perfection. Life isn't fair. Some people are born with more advantages than others: a perfectly symmetrical face, rapid-fire metabolism, wealthy parents, social connections that help them score a coveted job. Yet when we compare ourselves unfavorably to others, we often beat ourselves up for not trying hard enough. It's much more likely that the differences we see reflect an uneven playing field. Hard work just isn't enough sometimes. Comparisons turn friends and allies into rivals. In a perfect world, we would celebrate and genuinely enjoy the joys and accomplishments of others. Yet if we use others as a benchmark to evaluate ourselves, the creeping twinge of jealousy may undermine our ability to truly cherish the good things that come to others.
This is Instructor Ma, and you have been watching the Tea with the Masters podcast. On behalf of our show host, Grandmaster Richard Hackworth, I would personally like to thank you for watching today's show and remind you to visit our sponsor, worldmartialartsmedia.com, the world's leader in martial arts education, information, and entertainment. We look forward to having you join us again next time. We love to hear from you, so please feel free to leave us some words of encouragement in the comments section.